Every day we wake up. We each battle our own demons, unknown to mankind. Some worse than others. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. But when we lose, it is truly the time. Fuck. The time where we find out what we are made of.
All the people that got you should piss you off. One more. Come on.
My name is Juan Rea, and this is my story.
Guys, I'm glad to say that after that first video, we have officially doubled in subscribers. We have gone from 5 to 10. We are absolutely shredding the YouTube market right now. We are grinding. We are gonna make... Nah, but for real, I really do appreciate y'all watching the video, subscribing. That's awesome. It motivates me. Let me tell you something. I noticed, right? Because YouTube gives you these analytics. I noticed that 87% of the viewers are not subscribed. What are you doing, man? Come on, help a brother out, bro. If you don't like the content, say that in the comments. If you like it, you know, let me know. But if you want to see something, let me know, and we can work towards it. But other than that, today is going to be the story time of what happened, how I got to where I am at, and what I'm going to do to get to where I was at. Not even where I was at, but we're going to grind to be the best version that we can possibly be. The date is March 27th. We're playing Aurora on a cold Saturday morning. Coach calls inside zone to the right hand side. The ball snaps. I leave my position. I grab the ball, caress it like a little baby. I cut right in between the tackle and the guard. My best friend John Ruiz Procop is the right tackle. I see him. He's missing his block, so I cut up. 7 yards left to the touchdown, right? I'm running, I got my head down, right? I'm about to score a touchdown, or so I thought. I saw a black line on the field. I thought, yeah, I scored. I look up, I was not nowhere near the end zone. And then, as I was about to fall down, that's not what happened. I was actually just blocking. Yeah, I know, right? I went for a cut block, and this guy just kneed me, and just like that, you know, I was like, oh, you know, I was gone. Now let me tell you, yeah, you might think a knee to the head was like, that's it? Well, this guy was also 6'3", 230 pounds, playing at a D3 football school for whatever reason. But I don't feel like that was the initial blow. I feel like that was the cherry on top, because I was already feeling woozy from practice. I took a hard hit during practice, but I didn't want to accept it. But when he kneed me, that's kind of what did it. And then from then on, I knew I had another concussion. Now I'm gonna run you through a timeline of the next year and what it was like for me. So let's start. For the next 2 weeks, I was knocked out. The first 3 days, I slept all day. And the next 2 weeks was just trying to get back to where I could move around and, you know, eat and do just daily things. After the 2 weeks, I was starting to feel better. You know, I started checking in with the doctors, and they were like, okay, it looks like we're looking good, blah, blah, blah. And then on the 4th week, for some reason, I just completely fell again. It was like I had just gotten hit by a train, and it was back. 3 days sleeping, 2 more weeks went by, and you know, just that slowly recovery process. Then I finally got back to where I could do, you know, day-to-day things somewhat. I still had very hard symptoms. They recommended therapy. I went to therapy for approximately 3 weeks. I was starting to feel better, but unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but my therapy was cut short because I had to go back home. It was summer. This was the beginning of summer. I went back home to Texas, and that was it for therapy. As we go into summer, I'm starting to feel better. I'm still resting. I'm not working out because I had tried it and I did not like how I felt. So going into summer, I was taking it easy. I would work out here and there every like 2 weeks, but I did not feel like I was up to it. So what I would do is I would work out one time. Depending on how I felt, I gave myself another 2 weeks. I kept feeling bad each workout. It was terrible. I cannot explain the symptoms. I got a headache. I got pressure in the head. I was starting to feel woozy. I was, you know, everything you could imagine dealing with the head, it was there. You know, I was getting dizzy and I just couldn't perform. So I would give it 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks. Same thing. And I'm like, dang, like, you know, I'm gonna give it a month. I gave it a whole month. I came back to work out for that month. Same thing. Terrible. I actually hit legs. It was a Wednesday. I remember it clearly. I was like, it's a Wednesday. I'm gonna hit some legs. I've had a whole month of rest. I'm gonna hit some legs. And I pushed through it. What ended up happening was after that day, I got really, really sick. I went into another 3 days of sleep. It felt like I had just recently gotten hit again. And now we were recovering again, just like I was in the beginning. So now I'm just recovering, trying to get back to where I was at before. This is strange. This is around the time where I start emailing back the school trainers, school doctors. I'm like, hey, you know, this isn't working out for me. Can we do something about it? So school's around the corner, school's coming up, so I got to rest. There's only 2 or 3 more weeks left till I go back to school, and I was feeling terrible. So I rested that whole time. And then I was having debates whether even going back to school because I had to drive 18 hours, and I don't know if I was in the mental state to do that. But it came down to it, and actually Ish, the camera guy, ended up coming up with me. Well, he flew down, and we're gonna drive back up, and I felt like I was able to do it. So we drove back up. I was feeling somewhat, you know, decent, and school started. 1 week into school, I dropped out. I could not do it. Going from the board to the paper, thinking, waking up, it was so difficult for me. So since August, since that week, I'd been going to therapy. I went to therapy until October at this one place. There was absolutely no betterment. I was feeling worse each and every day. The feeling of every day eventually, I mean, I was at a dark spot. I don't want to say that I was depressed, but it was to that certain point in my life where I didn't know if I could do it anymore. And that's probably what was one of the hardest things, because I was just in the state of mind where it didn't feel like I was here. It's almost like I was somewhere else, but my body was here. And for months on months and months, I couldn't bear with it. It was hard. I didn't have a job, so there was no money coming in. My girlfriend, shout out to my girlfriend, she was taking care of me, and she never bailed. So that showed me her true colors. But I was just in this depressive state of mind, you know, where I just didn't think I'd make it again. And the times around October, I told my time was wrapping up at the rehab place, and I was just clueless. I was lost. I didn't know what to do anymore. I wasn't an athlete anymore. I wasn't playing football. I couldn't go to the gym. That was a way of me relieving my stress, or me identifying who I was. I lost my identity. I lost my life, or so I thought. That's what it felt like. So time's October, I'm very depressed, and I'm just in this tough state of mind, you know. So I get recommended to go see one of the best doctors here in Chicago, which is where I end up in around late October. She recommends I go see this one guy in Hinsdale, Illinois, which shout out to them, Impact Therapy. They've been doing a great job. Shout out to Dr. Tim. He's been doing a great job with me, and they made sure they gave me hope. They gave me a light at the end of the tunnel, something to shoot for. We're taking it, well, I think we started with 2 weeks at a time, maybe 3, but it was 2 weeks at a time, a little bit of exercises, and he would push my symptoms, and then I would crash the next day. He would push it, and I'd feel like complete garbage. Then he would push it again, feel like complete garbage, wait for it to calm down, push it again, garbage. It's just a cycle, and I'm like, dude, I'm never gonna get better, so I'm starting to, it's just a rough time. So I'm thinking I'm not gonna get better. I'm feeling like complete garbage. And then we're in October. My birthday is on November 5th, so I didn't really even celebrate my birthday. We just went out for a dinner, and that was it. Then comes the second week of November, where I had to go to the ER for an appendicitis. So now I gotta get a surgery, which is also gonna prolong everything. So I have to put everything off for a couple of months. So I get out of the surgery, and on the Thursday, late Thursday, and now I can't go back to therapy because of my delicate body state. So I have to push that off for a couple more weeks, and I was just, back to being just bed potato, couch potato. I couldn't do anything. So now after the therapy, we have to wait. We're basically starting over. All the progress that I had made was gone. We're starting at square one. And through this whole tough state of mind, I'm just like, dude, are you serious, man? Like, come on, can I catch a break? And anyways, we had to start from where we had left off. So I went back to therapy. We're getting better, and slowly but surely I start to feel like myself again. After that, I can go days where I feel like I'm here. I feel like I can do things around the house, and I get dizzy from just closing a door. Yeah, closing a door made me dizzy. I was starting to finally wake up from that state of mind, from that feeling I had of not being here. It's a terrible feeling. It's truly really hard for somebody to go through that, and I feel bad for people who had to go through concussions. Needless to say, it was my 4th concussion, and because of that, I made the decision to not play football anymore. So I only played quote unquote 2 years of football, but I guess if you want to count the COVID season, which was 3 games we had, I didn't even play the whole 3 games. I played 2. It was just really hard for me to go through this. It was just so unexpected. I had so much to look forward to. I was gonna be a junior on the football team. I had been a backup to one of the best running backs in the country, Lance. What's Lance's last name? I forgot.
Moise.
Right, Lance Moise, one of the best running backs. He sets records here and there at the school, at the NCAA level. One of the best running backs to ever go through the school. I was pleasured to just be behind him. Learning from him was one of the greatest things that I had witnessed through my football career. So I was definitely, Lance was going to be a senior. Somebody had to fill in the shoes, and I was excited that I was finally at this point in my life where I thought I could make it, like it was my shot now. And to just have this come and tear it away from me, and to not even be able to work out, which is what I look forward to every day. It was very hard because I never saw it coming, and it just shows you how crazy things can flip around. Just when you least expect it, when you think when you think that things are gonna go as smooth as possible, they just take a turn for the worst. And ever since then, I'm kind of anxious when I'm planning things out, because I'm like, well, a lot of things could happen between here and there, and you know, so it gives me anxiety now. Someone have a little bit of anxiety, but that's nothing to worry about. Going forward, I am still going to therapy. We're down to once a week. He's starting to amp it up. We're actually able to get around the 170, 180 beats per minute. That's when I start to feel symptoms. I mean, we couldn't even do 130 when we first started, and I'd be knocked out for a couple of days. So being at 180, 170 and having symptoms then, maybe feeling bad the day after, we are totally making progress here. And I'm excited to say that I am able to go to the gym now and have a workout to the point to where it doesn't feel like I'm dying, you know. So this point going forward, I am 210 pounds approximately. I have to get back to where I was at before. It's not that I have to, I want to, you know. And this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna document this journey, document this process from me going 210 to where I was at, if not better, to where I was at before. So with that being said, this process is going to be a long one, and I decided to somewhat make it of a motivational journey, because I want to motivate people out there who have gone through things that they didn't expect, taking you to the deep, you know, deep, what do you say? Deep lengths? Deep lengths of hell? Oh, deep depths of hell.
I guess.
Yeah. So I want to motivate those people that, you know, have gone through mentally hard things, have fought through depression, you know, because my heart just goes out to those people, because truly not everybody knows what everybody is going through, you know. Everybody just puts on a smile and call it a day. So for those people who are looking to get motivated and, you know, witness it, that's what I'm trying to do here. So this long journey is going to require some help. So I have reached out to my friend Mark Hogan, a good buddy of mine. Met him while I played football at the university. He's an online fitness trainer, so he specializes in diets specific to your needs. He also specializes in athletes, ex-athletes, to get them back to where they were before. So I have teamed up with him right here, somewhere, right here. Mark Hogan, good friend of mine. We're gonna document this, and I'm hoping to be his best athlete. I will be his best athlete. I'm no disrespect to the other athletes. Like, you know, like, I congratulate you on your progress and your transformation and your journey. No doubt about that. You've been working hard. No doubt about that. But no disrespect. But with disrespect, I will be the best athlete, or I hope to be the best athlete. But that's just kind of the way I am. Like, you know, like, I try to be the best in whatever I'm gonna do. So that's what's gonna happen going forward. If you have made it all the way to the end of this video, I want to say thank you. I appreciate you for hearing me out and listening to what had happened to me in the past year. I know a lot of people kind of throughout the past year kind of like didn't see any more posts of me in the gym and blah 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 this and blah 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 that. But really, I truly appreciate y'all's support throughout this journey, and I truly hope to make it one of the best comebacks you'll see, one of the greatest clapbacks. I truly want it to be one of the best comebacks, you know. For example, I don't know if you guys have seen Jay Cutler's comeback to the Mr. Olympia in 2009, one of the hardest comebacks in history. I am trying to somewhat achieve that level of a comeback, but I know I'm not at that level of an athlete. But this is what we're rooting for. This is what we're shooting for all 2022. You know, once again, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate your support. Without any further ado, I'm out, baby. 'Cause that's what it takes.